We have finally reached the culmination of my RX Vega 64 videos. Hey guys, welcome back to Rule 16. I am your host Javon, and today we're back with the RX Vega 64. That's right, for the first time ever, we will actually be testing some games at 1440p, but we'll actually be using FSR this time. Once again, I bought this graphics card for 65 bucks on eBay. Damn great steal. We'll be using an i3 10105, 4 cores and 8 threads, 32GB DDR4 RAM and dual channel memory, and we are about to jump and embark on an epic adventure. This one, I changed a lot of the games around. We're gonna test a lot newer games, especially games that haven't even been released yet, like a lot of them in the demos. So just keep that in mind as well. This will be a bunch of brand new stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that. Here once again is my overclock and undervolt of the Vega 64. I've been doing this video for a while, so I haven't changed around anything much. I have to change around some stuff, but yeah, let's get into the video and I'll show you some stuff, I guess. So first up, we got Forspoken. Gonna start with some older ones first before we get into the newer ones. This is at 1440p on the standard preset with FSR set to balance. But we're getting over 40 frames per second once again in Forspoken. I mean, listen, this is as much as I ever hope to get in this game. This game is demanding as hell and unoptimized at the same time. Listen, and it works, okay? It works. The CPU can be a limiting factor here as well, so I don't really complain as much. It ain't very much one, but it is slightly. So yeah, Forspoken, man. I don't know what you want me to say about Forspoken.
Whoa! Ugh. Is that really it?
Craving a slightly stiffer challenge?
Maybe a little. Take that! One more round? I think I'm feeling lucky.
Well, it's certainly good to see some enthusiasm.
Might as well pocket this. Is that the guild?
According to the map, it is, yes.
Seems like the Appians are into tall buildings, huh?
It's said that the more towers a land has, the more prosperous it is.
Hey, oh, this is a new one. We have AI limit here at 1440p with the medium preset. We do have FSR 3 set to the anti-aliasing option. There is no other option for FSR 3 in this game. It just says FSR 3, so that's what we're doing. We're running over 70 frames on average. This is pretty good. This is a solid experience. I could have done high, but high was dipping below 60 slightly. It was averaging about 60, but it was going below. So I said I'll change that up, and we did medium instead. Game still looks great and runs really well. I literally just beat this game yesterday. Had so much fun with it. This is a sleeper. This was a very good game. Got me into Souls-likes and all. Here we have once again The Last of Us Part 2 at 1440p high with FSR 3.1 set to quality. This game runs beautiful on this setup. The Vega 64 is handling this one so well. Just with FSR, games are running at close to 60. We are going to dip below. We could use balance to get maintained over 60 frames per second, but this is a very smooth experience for me. The VRAM amount is 7.4 gigabytes. We still have a lot of room. It is using over 16 gigabytes of normal RAM though, so there is an issue there. You might need more than 16 for this game, or you might get some stutters in here. I don't get any stutters. The gameplay is flawlessly smooth. This one's a great experience on the Vega 64 still. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is always damn hard to run. At 1440p medium with TSR set to medium as well. This is as much as you're gonna get. Normally when I play this game, I always get into the 40s at the most. It's like, damn, this crap is demanding as hell. And it doesn't really matter if I go any lower, considering my CPU might bottleneck at that point. So we're getting about 42 FPS on average. It's gonna drop into the 30s during gameplay. Certain sections obviously will do better than others, but yeah, it runs. I literally beat this game as well on this setup, and it ran completely fine. They did like cap it to 30 though. It was a good experience all the same. Next up, we got Resident Evil 4 Remake, once again at 1440p max. Then we dropped down the shadows to high, and then we took the texture limits, texture memory to 3 gigabytes, and that's about it. That's it. And that's what we got with this here setup here with Resident Evil 4. Runs at over 60 FPS on average, and it's a pretty smooth experience. I think we may have to drop shadows down to medium, but I didn't notice any issues because the VRAM is being maxed out. It's hitting about 8 gigabytes. It's being maxed out now, but we didn't run into any issues here during this test, so it could be fine. But yeah, maximum at 1440p, you're definitely gonna go over 8 gigabytes of RAM. You need to drop that texture limits down. I can't remember what's texture quality. You're gonna need to drop that down from 8 gigabytes to like 3 or maybe even 2 just to maintain this. Black Myth Wukong has been added to the benchmark, at least the benchmark tool. I ain't buying this damn game. At 1440p low with FSR set to quality. No, actually FSR set to 75%. What am I saying? Well, we were getting close to 60 FPS on average once again. I'm not buying this. Like, Souls Likes are fun and all, but not this one, dude. This isn't gonna work for me. So we got the benchmark tool. Does a good enough job for me. We're getting closer. Like I said, we're getting about 58 FPS on average. This is quite solid for what this is, and normally this is how the game actually performs in game as well. I've seen benchmarks where the game performs like this. So Black Myth Wukong on Vega 64 is very playable, but it's demanding as hell, considering once again I am using 1440p low. I think this is the first video, yeah, it's the first game I'm using low for in this video. Here's another Souls-like that doesn't require me to go to low settings. The first Berserker Khazan. At 1440p max with FSR set to quality, we're getting over 80 to 90 FPS on average. Is insane for this damn game. It is performing so damn well. There are no issues with this game. The VRAM, this one is much easier to run though, specifically. The VRAM limit is not even going over 4 gigabytes of RAM. We've barely hit about 10 gigabytes of RAM usage as well. This one's going to be a very smooth experience. Also, another new one we have here today is Hell Is Us at 1440p high with FSR set to balance. With FSR 3, which is nice, FSR 3 set to balance, we're getting over 40 FPS on average with this new title. Now, apparently the specs for this game are kind of ridiculous, but hey, look, it is playable with this setup. If you guys are wondering about my HBM, my actual video memory, the temperatures, it broke when I put in the capture card, so forget about that for this video. But hey, nice, right? But anyway, yeah, Hell Is Us is running somewhat decently here. Over 40 frames, it's not dipping below either. It seems very consistent, and the frame time is very consistent as well. It doesn't have any stutters. It seems like this is going to be fine, but once again, it is a demanding as hell game. So once we get into some combat and whatnot, it'll probably get way worse. But you know, for right now, without even having to go much further down, it's alright.
I need the med kit. Just follow the marked trees in the woods west of here.
Another new game I've never tested before. Star Wars Outlaws at 1440p high with FSR set to balance. We were seeing over 50 FPS on average. I don't test this game, you know, first time ever, dude. So it was interesting to see. Obviously, with all the updates and whatnot, it seems like this game does a lot better now than it did when it first launched. I saw some really bad things about this when this game came out, but here I noticed I had a really good experience here just running around here. So I mean, it must have been fixed, right? We're using about 14 gigabytes of RAM, so once again a demanding game. Obviously, 7 gigabytes of VRAM, not the worst thing in the world. Is this a good looking game? It looks fine. But yeah, the Vega 64 seems to handle this one as well. In certain areas where it gets bigger with a lot more crowds, maybe not as much, but here it's going great.
The sheriff said to try a nearby moisture farm.
Let me check. Yes, there's one nearby. I'll send you the coordinates.
It seems like this guy's got a lot of enemies.
An inevitability in his line of work.
And finally, we have here for the final release, Stellar Blade, the demo, once again, that just released like 2 days or so what ago. Anyway, running at 1440p with the high preset with FSR set to quality. This one, it uses Unreal Engine 4, so it shows because it runs really well. Like, it's not extremely demanding game. It is, so I was gonna say it's an old gen game, no it's not. But this runs really well. It's very optimized. I don't know why it is, but it runs superbly well. You're gonna have a great time playing Stellar Blade on this setup. CPU wise, doesn't really push the CPU at all. We're only using about 6 gigabytes of RAM, so you normally can carry this up to 4K, maybe using FSR to downscale it a bit more. But other than that, that's it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that jack. I really wanted to show you guys how these newer games perform on the Vega 64. The Vega 64 is a sleeper even in 2025. It handles a lot of games and is still quite playable. I'll see you guys next time.